For 3 years, Atlas carried bags for his team. No skills, no rank, no respect, just a human pack mule. Then one day, while crossing a rope bridge between floating islands, his own teammate pulled out a blade and cut the rope. Atlas fell into the void. He should have died, but instead, a system activated.
Congratulations, you have been registered as a lord.
And with it came a gacha summoning system. That should have been impossible, and somewhere far above the clouds, something noticed. But that was only the beginning. Atlas woke up alone on a tiny floating island with no food, no weapons, no shelter, just dirt and 10 free summons. Most new lords pull frank farmers, maybe a drank soldier if they're lucky. Atlas, on his very first multi-pull, he got SSS strength, highest rank that exists. Her name was Morgana, the queen, a vampire queen and former lord, who once saw others as insects. And when she looked at Atlas, a level 17 nobody, she bowed her head and said,
"My lord."
The strongest unit in the system kneeling to the weakest man in it. That was day 1. But on day 2, things got stranger. Atlas woke up with no clothes on, no memory of the night, and Morgana lying beside him wearing even less. She gave no explanation. Then came the rest of his summons. Edric, the Executioner, an AA rank shadow assassin who doesn't fight. He appears behind you and you're already dead. Carrion, the Wall, an AA rank knight commander who stands in a doorway and declares that no one passes, and means it. Larasa, the Disaster, and Strength Nature Spirit, 300 years old, who fights like a natural catastrophe as the ground itself obeys her. And Mira, the Mascot, a B-rank bunny-eared gardener, whose passive ability is too cute to resist, smiling sweetly even in the middle of war. And here's where it stops making sense. Every unit Atlas summoned was a beautiful woman. This wasn't luck. This was something the system wasn't supposed to allow. And systems don't ignore anomalies forever. Being a lord sounds powerful, but Atlas started with nothing but dirt. He had the strongest team in the region and nowhere to put them. So he kept summoning, not for power, but for survival. And this is where the gap began. While other lords were rationing dried food, Atlas pulled a magic spring that never runs dry. While they were starving, he got a refrigerator that refilled itself every 24 hours. While they were hiding, he was expanding. A campsite became a defensive wall, then a teleportation array. His island, once just a patch of dirt, started to look like a kingdom. His level told the same story, level 17 to level 39 in just a few days. The man who used to carry bags for a level 40 team had not only caught up, he had surpassed them. But there was a problem. Every new lord gets 14 days of protection, no invasions, no attacks, no danger. Everything Atlas built was inside that safety, and that time was running out. And when it ends, everything he built becomes a target. The teleportation array took them to a volcanic island filled with lava rivers and fire beasts. G's first real battlefield. 1 week ago, Atlas would have stayed behind, hiding while others fought. This time, he stepped forward. He picked up the Fang of Hell, a spear forged from volcanic ore, and walked into the fight. Morgana, the queen, froze entire waves of enemies with a glance. Carrion, the Wall, held the front line alone without moving a single step. Edric, the Executioner, was never seen. Enemies simply dropped. Lyrasa, the Disaster, turned the battlefield itself into a weapon as vines tore through lava rock and crushed everything in their path. And in the middle of it all, Atlas felt something unlock. Not luck, not the system, something that had always been there. For a moment, he almost lost control. But then the spear moved like it belonged to him, every strike clean and effortless. 1 week ago, he carried bags. Now he was cutting through monsters. He wasn't the weakest anymore. He wasn't a burden, he was a lord. And for the first time, he fought like one. After the battle, Atlas unlocked a new structure, the Lord's Throne, a floating platform that carried him through the sky. And then he did something no beginner should ever do. He flew straight to Velamar, the largest military fortress in the region, guarded by thousands of elite soldiers and orbital cannons. The kind of place you do not approach uninvited. Atlas didn't ask. The army surrounded him, weapons locked, cannons aimed, and this level 39 former pack mule looked at them and said, "I am a lord." 3 weeks ago, he was nothing, a burden, someone his own team tried to kill. Now he sat on a floating throne at the gates of an empire, telling an army to stand down. But here's the truth that changes everything. The 410-day protection is almost over. Beyond the clouds are lords who have ruled for decades, with armies, empires, and islands the size of nations they don't share. And by now, they've already noticed him. Atlas built a kingdom in 14 days. The question is, can he survive day 15? Because day 15 is when the protection disappears, and the hunting begins. If you want to see what happens next, the link is in the description. And tell me in the comments, if you had Atlas's system, who would you summon first?